what's up, everybody? Welcome to another VPN chat. Yo, this is gonna be good because this is like my friend, right? So we about to cut up. Okay. She's a poet, she's an actress, she's a businesswoman, she's an all-around superstar. Give it up for my friend, Miss Sa Jules.
Yes. Hey, friend, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I am good. I'm good.
Good. Thank you for joining me for VPN chat. I definitely appreciate it. We're gonna be getting into some things.
I ain't scared. I be saying anything. I'm all ready.
Well, let's start out light. Let's give people a little bit of your humble beginnings, far where you're from, and how you got into the artistry game.
Ooh, child, they was real humble too. I'm from Wisconsin, so I used to kind of just dance around the house, and I used to sit in the split all the time. And so I was very limber as a child, not in my older age though. So my mom noticed it. She sent me to art school when I was 11. So I was there for a few years, and that's when I discovered like poetry competitions, slam poetry, theater. I was trained in theater production, movie production, things like that. So I also was like in a choir, and I can't sing to save my life, but it is what it is. I made a joyful noise. And so that's where it started when I was 11, something my mother saw in me.
Awesome, awesome. And so then you're here in Augusta. So what brought you here? Like what made that journey? What made you make that journey here?
Well, my rock passed away, my mom. She passed away in 2013, January 2013. And I was married at the time, and we just needed to change. We weren't doing great in our marriage, and my mom's sister lives here. So we was like, okay, well, let's just move um here to see what we can do. And a couple years passed and I got divorced. So it didn't work. Um and then I was like, I'm not gonna just uproot. I'm gonna stay here because my son was in school, and I wanted to keep him, grounded, because it's not good to constantly move your kids around.
Hmm.
So now he graduated and I'm still here. He graduated in 2019 and I am still here. He left though. He gone.
Well, I mean, you hear like you've been making a lot of moves here. You began a lot of things. You really planted your flag here in Augusta. So, I mean, there's a reason why you're here, obviously. So, and of course, we met. So we're gonna definitely get into that story. So at the time, I was doing Carlton Says Live, and someone that we both were associated with, he was a guest on the show, and you were a guest in the audience. Now talk about that. Like, what was the invitation like for you? Like, what did he say to you to get you to walk in the building? Because I don't know this end.
So I decided back in 2016, February 2016, that I wanted to get my feet wet back into entertainment here, because I had kind of been on hiatus. I've been to a couple shows, but been on hiatus. But so I joined these groups on Facebook, and I was like, hey, I'm a spoken word artist. Any shows out there? I kind of want to get on the mic. So that person, who we will not name, he was doing a bunch of one act plays. So he asked me to come down and perform at his intermission.
Mm.
So they really liked me. Because that show actually was on my son's birthday in 2016, February 6th. And then a couple months later, when I met you, they were being that guy and a bunch of the other cast members, they were being interviewed because they were in another play and things of that nature. So you were supposed to have, I think, a singer that was
Yeah.
supposed to be performing on Carlton Says Live.
Hmm.
And so all these castmates of mine, because I'm in his productions. So all these castmates of mine, they can sing, and I'm the only poet. So you was like, my person ain't show up. I need somebody to fill the spot. I need a singer. And so everybody was like raising their hand. And then I think it was one person that I don't talk to anymore now either. She said she does poetry.
Hmm.
And so you were like, okay, bet we're gonna get you. And I was like, okay, but I thought you were joking because we hadn't met.
Right.
So you came back, we did a segment. You was like, and after this break, we coming back with some poetry, some spoken word from Sa Jules. And I was like, oh, he was for real. So there blossomed our friendship.
Yes. I just want to say, like I said, it was just something about you. You were like really like, and this is not, of course, not most guys say this to try to get with the woman, but this is like you were really radiating. It was something about your spirit that was like, huh, there's something different here. Because of course most of the people that were there, I knew them.
Mhm.
But I was like, yeah, I really want to tap into whatever's going on over here. That's what the energy was for me. So I was just, and for people who may not know this, I'm a big shoe guy when it comes to like women, and not again, not trying to as far as get with them. I just love women who can wear good shoes. I love that. Our good friend Rachel, I used to, you don't know this, but like I used to talk about her shoes all the time. Like when she was doing productions, I used to be like, "Ooh, nice shoes." I just said it every time I saw her. So like when you was in there, of course you had your shoes. I was like, okay, like that. It was just a
You
lot of
know.
it was just a lot of things, a lot of good things that were happening, and I was like, yes, I really want this person to be a part of this episode of Carter Says Live. So thank you to the person that was supposed to come and didn't come. I don't even remember who it was or what. I don't even remember. So I don't want to shade too much because it might be still a friend. I don't know. Because something might have happened, and then I really don't remember who that person was supposed to be. But it all worked out how it was supposed to. I met you. We had an instant connection. I actually brought you back on Carter Says Live to do another
Mhm.
piece. I brought you back to co-host a couple of times. It was just we really. I just felt like your energy. I think our energies is definitely matched for sure.
Mhm.
And then yeah, and so then we get into the acting, and you were on the fourth and fifth season of Karma. Um, we're definitely gonna talk about that. Uh,
Okay.
um, so I remember when I asked you to be a part of it, you were like, because you were like, again, you said you were married at the time, and you were like, okay, I do want to do it, but I can't really be doing because I see your stuff, and I can't really be doing too much. And I was like, oh no. I said this is not that type of role. You're good. I said you're the first lady of the church, and you find out a secret that your husband has been hiding. So that's all. You ain't got to worry about all the other stuff.
Woo, I got to keep my brassiere on. Thank you, sister.
um, but yeah, let's talk about that experience. Being on there on set because again, you said you just coming back into the artistry, and so I'm assuming this is your first time like actually doing a role since since you've been here. So talk
Mhm.
about that experience of doing Karma.
Oh man, it was first of all very professional on set. So thank you so much. You come in, you get it done. You're like, okay, quiet on set. We about to start filming. Da 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 da. So I appreciate that wholeheartedly. Everybody I worked with on set was professional. It was really nice. I was nervous, right? Because okay, so I wasn't nervous to work again because I had been doing theater and I had done some commercials and things like that.
Hmm.
So I wasn't nervous about the acting part. I was really just nervous about how my ex was going to perceive everything because he was very controlling and possessive.
Hmm.
And anytime I got a little bit of shine, he would show his behind, right? But um so when I was on set, he wouldn't know. He would think that I was like at my son's game or something like that, or my son's practice or something like
Hmm.
that. So
Hmm.
I didn't really tell him too much that because he was a very jealous individual. But I remember when we were filming this one scene at the house
Yeah.
that I can't remember Anyway, but like you had to walk up the stairs, get in the house, and it was crazy, but it was a cute house. So I remember I had literally got off the freeway. I didn't even go home. I just drove straight to set because my son had a tournament out of town. And then I was like, okay, I'm on the freeway putting on makeup and all kinds of very dangerous stuff that women do all the time. You know, like to live on the edge, a little razzle dazzle, you know. But and I had these big old chunky twists in. And when we went into the bedroom to shoot that scene, it's not a sex scene, y'all. We was just arguing. I could not remember one particular line. I had everything else, but when it came to that one line, it was like cut, cut, cut. And my husband on set kept trying to mouth the line to me. And I was just like, I am so sorry. I cannot get it. It was the worst case of brain fart ever. Only when it came to that one line. And you kept going, cut. And you be so, when you say cut, you be so unenthused, annoyed. But at the same time, you be like, okay, I'm trying to understand. I'm trying to work with her. But he's like, cut. Like, okay, he's never going to be my friend again. But here we are all these years later. So
I think, like I said, I think, I like I said, for people who have not filmed with me before, we're on such a tight schedule as far as like trying to get everything done. Because for me, like I'm always about maximizing people's time. So if I have you that day, I want to try to knock out as much as we can. So I think it was just trying to get through all of your scenes that you had because and I talked about this previously on another interview, on another VPN chat, that we filmed Karma season 4 and 5. Like we filmed that together. Like we filmed both seasons together, which I'll never do again. And so it was like, all right, we got to film her season 4 scenes. All right, let's film her season 5 scenes. It was just like a lot going on. So I think definitely, I mean, if that's what you read was frustration, that's probably what it was. And it wasn't necessarily towards you. It was just like, oh, we got to get this done. Come on, girl, get this line, please. Like, like, come on, come on.
I was feeling the same way too. Like, girl, come on, what is it? It's like 4 words. Why can't you remember those 4 words? And then I can't remember my husband's name on set. I don't remember his real
His name is
name.
Michael Williams.
Yes. So his eyes kept bucking, and he was like, and I was like, what are you saying? But it was good. It was good. I got. Thank God you did not judge me based on that one line because you have cast me in numerous things since then. So.
Now, Karma is actually, for people who don't know, Karma is actually one of Sa's favorite things to watch when we get together. Tell the people, like, particularly what scene that you like to watch?
Oh, the fake flower scene. Oh my God. What was his name? I can't CJ? No.
Yeah, let's see. Was it CJ? Yeah, it was CJ. It was CJ.
Okay. So my stepdaughter that I found out was my stepdaughter. So CJ and her had, their little breakup thing, and he wanted to get back with her, and he brought some fake flowers. And she was like, really? Fake flowers? That took me out. I mean, that's like my favorite thing ever. Like, how you gonna apologize with fake flowers? So, but yeah, that was one of my most favorite scenes from Karma. What else happened in there? I'm gonna leave. It's so much.
It was a lot going on. I mean, between the different hairstyles throughout season 4 and season 5.
Because who got caught in the rain?
It was Kiara. Kiara's character got caught in the rain, and her hair was different. It was just so much going on. Again, we were trying to shoot season 4 and 5 at the same time, and some scenes we shot earlier, and then some scenes we shot later. It was just, yeah, a learning lesson for your boy.
And is that the one where that one girl, she just had like that permanent smile on her face? Oh my God. Because Lord have mercy, I can't even get the child's name. Courtney. He
Uh-huh.
had all these different haircuts and
Right.
whatever, right? So
Right.
that is too funny. But that's the one where the one, I don't know her name, but she's from Atlanta too.
Oh, it's the one that played the one he was messing around with. The one that
Yeah,
played Donald's wife. Yeah.
yes. And
Yeah.
she was just when Donald choked her,
We talked
and she
about
was
that. We
and she was she just wasn't believable. She looked like she liked it. And she was like, stop. It's not supposed to be sensual, honey. He's trying to kill you. But listen, I love binge watching Karma
yeah.
for those moments.
Yeah, it's a good time. Like I'm surprised that a lot of people tell me that's one of their favorite shows, and I'm just like,
Mhm.
oh wow, okay. I mean, again, it's not a bad show. I think it was definitely a learning experience for me, at least I could say. But and I had fun doing that at the time, when we were able to get stuff right. But yeah, I mean, it is what it is. But like I said, it was definitely it got. I mean, the show got us some awards. So
Yes.
so yeah, like I said, about everything, and I talked about this with somebody else too. Everything with me is all about learning and how can we grow.
Mhm.
Um, not just grow as people, but how can the brand itself, how can the material grow? And that's definitely one of those shows you saw. Watching that show and then watching like where we are now, like you could definitely see the progression with the actors and also with the material that we put out. So yeah, that's definitely a good thing right there. So let's also talk about you were in another show that you were in, but you kind of had to guest spot was X Factor, and you were in X Factor like several times.
Yes, I was. Once I was Sa Jules in there. Um, and then I played somebody else. Who else was I
You
in
was
X
you
Factor?
were yourself. You were a poet because it was the episode um when Laura Shoshana's character Laura she was on the date and he stood up and interrupted your piece, and then you were a date waiting on somebody. You were waiting on somebody for a date,
Yes.
and Raynard thought he thought you was his date and you pushed him and said get away. So that was that. I thought it was another time. But
I
maybe that
thought
was,
it was two, but I'm only seeing two scenes because we were at Humanity House
yep,
downtown.
yep.
That was the first one, the first time I
Yeah,
was in there. And then the second time we were at Pop and Stop, right?
yeah, yeah. So maybe that's just the two. Maybe that was
Probably.
yeah. But I love like I said, I loved how like Brandon, shout out to my cousin, my work cousin Brandon, how he just stood up and yelled and you was like, excuse me, trying to do a poem here.
Which which is how I would be in real life if you interrupt me on stage. Yes, I will. Yes, I will. Ask the last guy who tried to interrupt me at Dope Spit. Uh-huh. I surely got him together.
Wait,
I
what?
did. Yes, because so I do the monthly open mic show, third Mondays
Yes,
of every month.
yes.
And so we were having some technical difficulties with the sound and the artist music, right? This is
Uh-huh.
just an open mic portion. And so there was a guy he was like drunk throughout the whole show.
Hmm.
Before he even got there. And so he was just kept heckling, and I kind of like handled him and stuff, throughout the show. He was also on the open mic. He couldn't remember his words. Um,
Mm.
he had a lot of energy though. So when we were having technical difficulties, he goes, "The show is trash."
Wait,
I
what?
was like, "Yes." So I forgot for just a moment that I was Sa Jules. And I went on over to my government name.
Uh-oh.
Um, but you heard the crowd, like in that when Kevin Hart was talking about his mom gave him the permission to like say one cuss word,
Yeah,
and he went to school and said a whole bunch of them,
yeah.
and the kids in the class was like, oh, and they was just like gassing him up and surprised or whatever. So
Uh-huh.
that's how the crowd was. They was like, no, son, don't do it. And I was like, because this is my platform that I provide. So yeah, I kind of got a little, but then I brought it back in.
I mean, oh, but it was disrespectful. Like that's who.
Yes.
I mean, who says that? I mean, at least if you think it's trash, like wait till like afterward and say it in your own little space. Don't be. Yeah,
But the
that's
thing is, you can't call somebody's stuff trash if you can't even remember the words to your own song.
period. Period.
And so after the show, he was like apologizing like crazy, profusely, right?
Uh huh.
And he was like, I know never to make that mistake again because you definitely got me together in front of everybody. I said, and will again, and will again.
Yeah.
So we good, but it was that's the first time since Dope Spit has ever started that has ever happened.
Yeah. People I just don't understand why people just can't just show up and just behave and be there. Like you don't have to make a spectacle out of everything. That's like what do you, for what?
Exactly.
For what? For what? And then again, like even though you did get them together, like still like that sits with you like your reputation. So people gonna be looking at you like, oh, you the drunk dude that showed out at Dope Spit. I don't want nothing to do with you.
Exactly. And you can know what you can't do is email me to be on my open mic again because I know your name.
Hmm.
So it's just gonna be an automatic no. That's just what it is. You've burned your bridge there, and I accept your apology, but you won't get a second chance to burn me, so
That's
to
smart.
speak.
Absolutely.
Yes. But enough of that boob. Let's get back into these VPN shows.
What's your favorite overall VPN show?
Ooh, come on now. I'm gonna have to say SistAhood.
Okay,
Web series turned movie.
I was hoping you wouldn't say that because I mean we do have to talk about it, but I was hoping it was okay. Let's say another one. That's not Sisterhood. What's your what's your favorite VPN show that's not Sisterhood?
I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say Brotherhood.
I knew you was gonna say that. I knew you was
Was in that too. What? What?
that, but that's
No,
fine. You weren't the main person, so that's fine.
I
What
wasn't. You got me
what
one scene. That was it.
what about Brotherhood that attracts you to the show? Like what
Oh,
about that makes you your favorite?
besides the men.
Besides the men and besides them
Oh,
having their clothes off.
because you be having some fine men in the VPN shows. I just
All
want to put that.
right, Sa Jules. All right. All right.
No, the storylines were just so good. You know what I mean? Like, except for Donald's fighting scene.
Okay, we're gonna get into that in a second. We'll get into that in a
But
second. We'll get into
the
that in a second.
storylines were so good. Like the consequences of the cheating and just the love. It was just a really, really good show. I really liked it.
Who's your
I,
favorite character on the show?
my favorite character on the show. Golly, who was my favorite character? Um, I'm gonna say Donald, but not for the reason why you think.
Okay, so what's
It's
the reason I'm
it's
not thinking?
it's not because of the Black Power fist.
What's the reason I'm not thinking?
Because I think he was just a genuine person.
Hmm.
Like I like men like that. You know what I mean? He didn't ultimately get what he wanted, but still, um, he kind of fell into this whole little web of this love and lust and this cheating stuff. But I think he was a good person.
So go? I'm sorry. Go ahead. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, that was it.
So who do you like? His character's name was Alex. Who do you like Alex with? Do you like Alex? Did you like Alex with Tamika or do you like Alex with Jordan?
Um, mm, I'm gonna say Jordan.
Okay.
I like them together. They have on camera. There's like this energy, this connection that's kind of just fluid and it's functional. It works. It looks good together.
Got
So
you.
I like it.
Got you.
Because I be in a make believe world, but I live in real time. But I be engulfed and the characters, and I'm like, ooh, they just come to life.
I love it, and that's just the evidence of great acting. So shout out to all the actors,
Absolutely.
y'all bringing these characters to life. So shout out to y'all. So let's get into this fist, because me and Donald did have a conversation about this. I don't know if you saw that
I
episode.
did. I
Okay,
did.
so you saw his explanation
Mm-hmm.
of the fist. So
Mm-hmm.
do you buy Donald's explanation of what happened?
Absolutely not. Absolutely. It did not match. It did not match. Donald, I love you. You know I love you. But this did not match with that explanation you gave.
He said he
It did.
said he
He said
said it
was
was
going.
it's supposed to be like you gonna get it, like you lucky,
Yeah. No.
lucky. That's what the
Mm-mm.
explanation was.
It was more like, oh, that's what it was.
No, no.
Oh, that's what it looked like.
I hope Donald watched this. I'm gonna make sure he watched this. I'll make sure I'm a timestamp. This the part where we talked about the fist, and Sa Jules says she does not buy your excuse about the fist. It's hilarious. I did tell him. I said, yeah, that might be one of the things you wish you could have did. You could do over.
Yeah. He should have yelled cut on that. He should have been like, you know what? It's not what it's supposed to be.
Oh man. Which not translate, that's the wrong word. Which pushes us, and that's why we try to use big words, and it's wrong. This pushes us into the spinoff series SistAhood, where you were a main character. You played Teresa, and Teresa is divorcee, and we saw her in the first season turned first film that she's very angry and bitter about how her divorce happened and how her marriage ended with her husband Frank. Rest in peace to our friend Nathan Rothwell. So
Like,
yeah, I want you to talk about, if it doesn't tear you up, how like your experience working with Nathan, because it actually was funny. I felt like the story was funny, how y'all had to rehearse. Because I'm gonna tell you this, because so remember when we talked about the karma? Well, it was like Sa said at the beginning, I can't do that stuff. I can't do that stuff. So we get the SistAhood. Sa was like, listen, I'm ready to kiss somebody. I want to kiss somebody. I want to do this. You got everybody else doing this. I want to do something. I said, okay, Sa Jules. I said, all right. All right. So here we are, SistAhood. And I said, and your city partner is Nathan. So take it away.
Nathan is my brother, and you not my biological brother, people, but like we were close.
Right.
And I confided in him a lot, when he mentored me through a lot of stuff. And my first and only kissing scene you ever give me is with him. When I tell you, it was the funniest thing, because I never looked at Nathan, even though it's work, I never I could kiss him. I never looked at him like that, work or non-work. And then here we go, we got a kiss and on camera. I was like, So Nathan called me over. We were going over our lines, and he was like, I said, okay, so I'm gonna go home. He was like, no, we gotta practice the kissing scene. I was like, no, we don't. He was like, I know you uncomfortable, Sa, so you gotta get comfortable. I was like, practicing won't make me comfortable. I said, you're Nathan. So we went through that. And so we did get to practice the kissing scene, right? But it was like a peck. It was like, and it was just me. And I kept laughing in his face. I felt so bad. But film day comes.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just still trying to talk you out of this part. Then you were like, now he has to pick you up. And I'm like, not a small woman, right? And I'm like, I don't want to be picked up. I've been dropped before, so I have PTSD.
Yeah.
And so he was like, no, he's picking you up. I said, ooh. So then he picks me up, and I look right at the camera. I was like,
remember that. I remember that. I was like, "What are you doing? What are you doing,
It
ma'am?"
was it was awkward. And I think it was just awkward because it was who it was with.
Right.
So, like the VPN men, I have grown to have relationships with them. Like, not friends, but we are cool. We are acquaintances. We've hung
Acquaintances, right.
out.
Right, right, right.
Yeah, so it's just different. It's weird to me. I'm like, I can't kiss you. I know you.
Yeah. I think that, like I said, the reason for me putting you with him because I knew that he would help you get out of that shell of nervousness. Because I knew this was your first time really tapping into uh that type of character and like really it's and not even just that type of scene, but just the character itself. It was a lot of things that I needed you to tap into, and I knew Nathan could pull that out of you. So I was like,
Yeah.
okay, I think it'd be great for them to work together. I love you and Rachel together. I think you guys make awesome best friends. I love seeing y'all together in scenes. Um, I just like I said, I love that Sisterhood definitely um is an awesome culmination of all you women. You all bring something so different, but it's so delicious to see. I can't think of another word to say. I know delicious sounds very crazy, but it's so it is.
I'll be delicious.
It's
I'll be
deli-
delicious.
it's really delicious to see. I love seeing all you women on screen and you all take beautiful pictures. I love the season one photo shoot that you all did. It was so nice. It was just like I said, you all definitely brought that show now turn film to life. Now, when you found out that the show was turned into a film, what was your thoughts on that?
I was like, oh man, I made it. That's what I felt. I was like, I done made it. I done called everybody I knew. Do you hear me? The web series I'm in is being turned into a movie. And they were like, what? I was like, yes, I am charging $9.99 an autograph. And I meant it. Ain't nobody buy one, but I meant it. No, but I was grateful. Like it was just to be part of the cast, to be able to help bring your vision to life. It just meant everything to me because I'm like, I have never been in a movie before. So it felt really, really, really good. And I was just so grateful. My favorite character is not mine though. My favorite character is Shatiria's uh character. Hers is
Dawn,
Dawn. Right?
Dawn,
Yeah.
yeah, Dawn.
When I love me some Shay. Baby girl, this is my favorite role that she has ever played because she bodied everything about that character.
Hmm.
And I was like, oh my, it was so real.
Hmm.
So she was my favorite. It was hard to watch because of what her character had to go through um
Abuse and rape.
with the abuse and the rape from her husband.
Hmm.
Like I just was like, oh my God. And I cried with the show,
Hmm.
and then when it got turned into a movie, and then I watched it as a movie, now I'm crying again. And I want to go beat him up. He
Hmm.
not real, but I want to go beat him up. So that's that good acting because he played the hell out of that mean guy too.
Yeah.
Oh, he played the hell out of it.
So, how do you feel? Do you feel like Sisterhood has had an impact on women? Or have you heard anything from people? Any reaction from Sister like about Sisterhood?
I've heard nothing but good stuff. Women telling me, "Oh, that's my character." They're relating to all these different women on the shows, right? Um, I've had guys tell me like, "Y'all did a great job." Most of them be perverts, like, "Y'all look so good."
Oh,
Stop
child.
it.
Oh,
Stop.
child.
Stop being a guy.
Stop
Um,
it. Stop it.
but no, I've heard nothing but good things. Like I have family and friends all across the country. I have a few acquaintances outside of the country. and they've all watched it, tuned in, they love it. So I'm like, yes, thank you so much. So I've heard nothing but good stuff. I have this one friend back home in Wisconsin. She is like, hurry up with something else because every VPN show that you done directed me to has been A1 in my book. So
Well, thank you.
SistAhood is definitely at the top of the list.
Thank you, person that told Sa Jules that. We appreciate you.
Her name is Pam.
Thank you, thank you, Pam. Thanks, Pam. We appreciate you. Which leads us to SistAhood 2. Without giving things away, because we don't want to spoil the movie, which is officially been sent off to distribution. They got it, so we just waiting on a release date for it. Talk about your reaction to the script when you got SistAhood 2.
Oh man, because what was this? The third one?
What?
People don't the script. Remember before
Oh
it got turned into a movie?
So let's talk about that. Yeah. Yes, before SistAhood became a movie, there was actually going to be a season 2 of SistAhood, and that was going to be now. You talking about season 1 was crazy for you. Teresa's going to be going through some things in season 2,
I saw that.
Yeah, I'm not going to even say what it was because then we'll have to bring you back later and talk about that later. When SistAhood 2 comes out, we'll do another VPN chat and then we'll talk about what season 2 was supposed to be. But that was gonna be crazy. But then when it turned into a film, then I was like, oh no, I'm about to scrap these scripts. I scrapped them. I took some stuff from the scripts and put them in SistAhood 2, but majority of that stuff was a lot of new things to, for it to make sense as a film. But talk about when you received the script and like what you thought about all that.
I was still happy to see that me and Rachel got to still be besties.
Yes.
It was a lot of surprises. It was a lot of pearl clutching. I don't even wear pearls, so I'm just gonna clutch my dog tag. And I'm like, okay, wait a minute. So it was really good though. I don't want to tell because I'll get going off on a tangent. So I don't want to tell what happens, but trust and believe it's gonna be jaw dropping. You're gonna be like, why? Oh no, you. So I like it though. It was good. And again, here comes Shay again as Dawn with the. Come on now, you got me in there just weeping. So it was.
We could talk about that real quick because shout out to Shataria for just that dynamic performance. I saw how when she was doing the scene, and we're not gonna be too descriptive, but when she was doing the scene, I saw how you, Janika, and Risha were y'all were in it.
Yeah.
Y'all were in it, and I could tell that y'all were fighting back, like the tears.
Seriously, because I'm getting emotional now because Shay's character, I've gone through a lot of her issues, a lot of the things that she had to do, not the rape part, but a lot of the other things. Like, and so it just hit me. So the emotion you see on camera from me and the other ladies, like that's real, that's raw. And shout out to Shay because when I tell you, when you say action, girly is on.
Yeah.
She is no longer Shay. She is that character, and she is gonna play it until you say cut. And she did that thing.
Yeah, definitely.
I love her.
Definitely for
sure. Real quick, the way I met Shay, it wasn't through like VPN or anything. I actually met Shay before I started acting here. She used to teach Zumba, and she always made us do a Beyonce segment. And Shay loves some Beyonce.
So she loves Beyonce.
And she be whipping that hair. And I'm like, oh my God. And I used to whisper to my homegirl because my homegirl knows her. And I was like, why she always got us in here with Beyonce and whipping hair? Like, I got natural hair. It don't move. So and then she actually came to an 80s birthday party I had for myself back in 2016, I think it was, right before I met all of y'all. Okay. And then she came with this girl, you know Jasmine. She came with Jasmine.
Yeah.
And then like a few months later to see her on set with you and get to actually meet her. And I'm like, oh my God, girl.
Yeah.
So that's how I say.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Now we gotta talk about the films, some more films that you were a part of. Reindeer Games.
Yes.
Yes.
I was a crazy friend.
Yes, you were the friend. And when I put that together, I said, yes, Sa has to play this part. She has to play this part. Um, Talk about your experience with Reindeer Games.
It was hot.
It
It
was.
was hot
It
outside.
was. It
Oh my
was.
God.
It was. Well, let me tell you. I mean, I think you've heard it. Well, yeah, you were there. So, and I told this story. You were at the house because we were filming. We were recording. We were getting ready to record Fire and Ice,
Mhm.
and you were going to be a guest on there. And I got the call from Maverick when they said, "Hey, do you think you could turn your script into a Christmas movie?" So you was there for the conception
Yep.
of Reindeer
Yep.
Games. You
I
are
remember
you
that phone call.
for people who don't know, Sa is and she wrote a post about this on Facebook, which I thought was very sweet. Thank you so much for that. She is a lot of firsts for VPN, and it's not because it's not because our mainly of our relationship because of our friendship, but you are very professional and you are very talented and gifted, and I just love that you believe in the vision of what we do. And I again, it's your heart and your ear and your energy and your spirit. I just love that about you. So I mean, we cut up. We definitely cut up,
Mhm.
but
We do.
but we cut up and we tear up our friendship contracts almost every week. But
Yes.
but on the but for real, like I love you, and I just so appreciate everything you've done and everything that you're about. Like you
Thank
just a
you.
overall awesome person.
I love you too. And I really appreciate you just giving me the opportunity. You know what I mean? And you wouldn't give me opportunity after opportunity if I wasn't professional,
Hmm.
right? And so, and I've never, and let me clear the record for some people because, yes, I have submitted my stuff to audition.
Yes, yes, we could
I
talk about
don't
that.
just assume.
Yes,
Yeah,
yeah,
I don't just
because
assume.
yes, because I you used to submit when I do cast the calls, you would submit. And then when I saw the consistency, that's when I was like, okay, now you good. If I need you for a role, you got it already. You know what I'm saying? So it's
Mhm.
for people. There is no favoritism over here, but there is a circle of trust, and I've had to learn that, not to build that, because for so long I used to get so excited when so many people wanted to work with me. That
Mhm.
became a dangerous thing because again, you get so caught up, you're not really seeing the snakes in your garden. And I've been
Mhm.
bitten several times. So it's gotten to the point where okay, I'm keeping my circle small, and you see a lot of the mainstream people do it. They're working with the same bit
Yep.
of people. You just gotta don't be offended if you're not included in everything. You're not meant to be a part of everything. You gotta find your village.
Yep.
Find your village. Find the puzzle that you fit in.
Yep. Absolutely.
So I mean,
Absolutely.
that's just a part of life. And again, I advise people to definitely be careful who you do invite into your circle because again, some people are actors in life and they wear masks they play the part very well. They wear the
Mhm.
mask and again, you can get so caught up in being popular or being so liked and everybody want to be a part of your stuff and it's all a charade.
Yep.
It's all a charade. So my advice is just be careful and just use discernment.
Yes.
Everybody that say they're for you is not for you, and everybody that is applauding you is not truly applauding you. They're applauding you to your face, but is waiting on a moment to really just stab you in the back.
Yep. A lot of people are opportunistic. They want to use you for what they can use you for. And when they've used you up, then they just graze on. They ain't nothing but a bunch of buffalo.
Hmm.
Not calling them big, but they graze with seasons,
Right,
right?
right.
So, and I try to make sure that when I enter somebody's life, that I'm entering it for a purpose.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to use that person. Like, it's really, really genuine. I don't want to use you and get what you got or deplete you or drain you and then going about my business, because I'm going to feel terrible if I did something like that, you know? And if I ever step on your toes, anybody, come tell me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a big girl. You know what I mean? I can receive it and I can accept and apologize for what I did or for how I made you feel.
Mm-hmm.
And I can tell you if that was my intention or not.
Right.
And 99.9% of the time, my intention is not to make you feel horrible.
Right.
That is not who I am at my core. But just working with you guys, like being invited into the fold, because a lot of the VPN family, y'all have been around each other for 15, 20 plus years. And then here comes this girl, this outsider, this transplant. And because that's what we are. If we not from here, we transplants.
That's true.
And y'all just really welcome me in with open arms, and I appreciate that, you know. But you know, again, it was because y'all could see the genuine in me. I'm
Right.
not trying to come take nobody's spot. I'm
Right.
a poet who acts, and I'm an actress who does poetry.
Mm-hmm.
That is, you know what I mean. So I just love it. I appreciate all of y'all.
Yes, yes, and we definitely feel the same. We just got off on a whole big tangent, and I knew that was gonna happen. I felt that was going. You know what's funny? Kendra said she was all right. Now when y'all do that, when y'all do this VPN chat, keep it on the chat, keep it on the VPN, keep it on the shows, keep it on the movies. But yeah, back to Reindeer Games again. You were there. That's how we got started. You was there on conception of when Maverick called about turning love games into Reindeer Games. So here you are. You have the script. You're playing the friend. It was hot. Because we had to film it in the summer because they needed it. It was a quick turnaround. It was so quick. And this is actually the second movie that I actually shot, like physically shot. Cause we shot My Brother's Keeper first, and then we shot Reindeer Games. But talk about the process, because it was real quick. It was, again, it was hot, so we had to pretend it was cold. Like, but not really pretend too much, because I did tell Maverick, I said, hey, I'm gonna let you know now. I've been living in Augusta like majority of my life. It don't get that cold here like that. So y'all gonna get this mild winter.
Right.
I'll tell them they can wear long sleeve or whatever sometimes, but y'all gonna get this mild winter. That's what y'all gonna get.
But I think even in one of the scenes, or I think it was like opening when Kevin was talking on, because he was a radio host. I think he said like we having like a hot Christmas or something, like record breaking. Yeah. So I think he even said it in the film to kind of tie it in, so people wouldn't be like, why is it so hot?
Right.
I had the nerve to have on a sweater. It was hot as heck outside. Oh my Lord. And when you film it, I don't think a lot of people know this, but when you film it inside of a building, you got to turn off everything, including the air, the refrigerator, anything that could potentially make noise. And I'm like, Lord have mercy, I'm burning up. I kept dabbing, but it was fun being on set though.
Yeah.
I played Janika's best friend, and it was cool. I loved it. Me and Janika have great energy, great chemistry together when we're together. And we saw alligators when we were down filming at the Riverwalk. So that was cool. But yeah, it was fun. I loved it.
Good. So that was your first Christmas movie, right? That you acted in.
That was the first one.
Yes. Did you ever have? I know a lot of people say they have aspirations in doing holiday movies. Did you ever have aspirations in doing holiday movies?
Yes, the ones that be on BET and TV1, because they come out with a new one every year, and I'm like, I want to be in some corny films. Getting my Christmas miracle. So you gave me the opportunity. Thank you.
One of my favorite parts of, because everybody always said, Carlton, you should do bloopers. And I'll be like, y'all, that takes so much work. I don't feel like doing all that. But I said, this time, I'm going to give the people what they want. So I love, one of my favorite parts of the movie is actually the bloopers. And I love the part when you was trying to pull Janika, and like, I don't know what happened. You tried to pull her, and it just was not working.
She's little, but she's strong. Okay, let me tell you something. Janika is a $105 soaking wet, but she got like the strength of a gorilla. Do you hear me? I was like, girl, I don't ever want to get in a fight with you because I think you'll take my head off. Yeah, that was it. She kept slipping.
Oh goodness. Oh man, another part was then in the movie when Kiara's character rejected Kevin's character the proposal, and y'all was yeah, y'all
She was
reactions
so heartless.
y'all reactions was hilarious to me.
He was
Hilarious.
so heartless. How you just gonna do that man like that in front of everybody? Like, I don't want to marry you. Oh,
And then when of course Kiara's character again comes to the end at the end towards the end and she busting the whole scene out, telling all the secrets. And Risha's character was like she was getting paid. That was- it's a re-
she's on that old payola.
it was the reactions. The reactions. It was the reactions that got me in this movie. They were hilarious.
But
Hilarious.
see, you know what? It's your fault because you be writing these twists and turns, and nobody sees it coming. No, we read the script, but we still don't see it coming. So I read my scripts from cover to cover, but I'm still shocked, right? When my reactions are natural because when you got the good actors in there and they bringing them words to life, and I'm like, I know you didn't. Them is fighting words. That's how I was feeling on set, but it's your fault.
I was gonna ask you. I was gonna ask you because you just said answered the question. You said you read your scripts from front to back because a lot of the actors say they don't read the whole scripts. They only read their parts. So I was gonna ask you, do you actually read all your script?
It depends. Okay, let me tell you. It depends on how thick the script is now. If it's thick, I ain't reading all that. I'm gonna go find my stuff. And that's why I love when they get sent electronically because then I can do a search and find for my character. But if it's a thick script, I'm not reading all that. But if it's a thin one, under like 30 pages, I can read all that. I could do that, knock that out in a day. 31 and up, I ain't doing it.
Oh gosh. Oh Lord. Okay, so For the Love of Christmas, right? So here you are with this character, hot mess. Oh child, this whole I don't even remember the character's name. It was a ridiculous name. I can't remember the name.
Valencia Van Vincent.
There we go. Thank you so much. I was searching for it in my memory bank. I tell people all the time when I write these scripts, I write them, they leave. It's gone. It's gone. But yeah, talk about For the Love of Christmas. That was hilarious movie. Just everybody did such a great job in the film. So talk about that experience being in that film.
Okay. So you did the movie premiere for it at the
Yes,
theater,
yes.
which was dope. And I could not make it because I had to work. So I was kind of pissed about that. But my phone was going off all night. Sa, why were you so extra? Oh my God. But I loved Valencia Van Vincent's character. And you know who I drew from?
I'm gonna guess
Um,
Jennifer Lewis.
yes.
Yes.
Jennifer Lewis. I love her as an actress and I love her interviews. But I drew from her, especially when she was in one of them Tyler Perry movies where she was actually the wedding
The
coordinator.
family reunion. Medea's family reunion.
Yes. So I was like, oh, let me just be like Paris in spring. And she had on these old vibrant colors. And I was like, Lord have mercy. I don't know what I'm going to put on. And I had that big old brooch thingy right there. And I'm like, I don't wear stuff like this. But I was like, I know she got to be extra, but I had so much fun playing her character. Out of all the characters that I've played, she was my favorite.
Awesome. That's yeah. That was hilarious. Once again, I wrote that script. I said I gotta get signed to play this part because if you haven't seen the movie, I mean, I don't know where you've been at. But because it's been out, and I mean it's literally Peacock to be Afroland, like it's everywhere. I knew the part when she flips and like clearly that's not really her accent. I was like, yeah, she definitely can definitely do this part.
Yes, I had to be all bougie and extra, and then I had to be like, "Wait a minute now." I had to turn into an around the way girl.
Now there
So,
was
because I
now there
need
was
my money.
right. Now we shot that wedding scene. I remember we're gonna give a little behind the scenes. So I was complaining to me about her feet the whole time. She was like, do I have to stand up in this part? I was like, yeah, you're the wedding planner. You have to. So yeah. It's like I don't but to be fair, I did give her a chance to sit down. So if you notice in the movie, there are parts where you just see Kiara, Aaron, and Sharmika and Ron. If you see that, that's when Sa sitting down.
Yeah, because her feet couldn't take it no more. She was like, "You got a beast of old dogs." You understand me? I couldn't tell you it was hurting. And then I was bigger than everybody on the set. And I'm not talking about like wider, but I was like taller than everybody. When I had to stand next to Sharmika and Ron, come on now. Come on. And I love the loves. I love the loves. But oh my God. Yeah.
Oh
I was taller
gosh.
than it. I was taller than everybody except for Kiara
And Aaron,
and yeah, I couldn't remember his name.
yeah.
That was it. But you had me standing in the midst of the short people. And then I got on this bright yellow shirt and one of them. And then I have on this red blazer. I'm like, oh Lord. I had bought that from the Goodwill too. $2. $2.
Hey, Goodwill be having some good stuff.
They do. They do.
Facts. Big facts.
Shout out to Goodwill. They have definitely made an appearance in several VPN productions on Sa Jules' body.
I heard that. Period. 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 Yeah, that like I said, that film was definitely a lot of fun. I definitely enjoyed making that film. The wedding scene, hilarious. I love just every single aspect of that film. Especially like I said, the part where Frank got punched in the face, and it was a
Yeah.
lot. It was a lot of great moments making that film and actually watching the film. A lot of great moments.
What about when Donald passed out and we just kept on going?
Yes, yes, yes. Hilarious. Hilarious. I loved it. I loved it. Yeah, and you watched the second one, right?
I haven't watched it yet. No.
Oh,
I
okay.
have been ripping and running on stages, some are everywhere. So I have not got a chance to sit down.
So, yeah, so I can't ask you what your thoughts were on the second one. Yeah, because
Not yet.
you didn't see it.
I'm going to be watching it. I said I need to catch up on a lot of stuff. So it's on my list for when I'm flying to Colorado soon. So I'll be
Yes.
watching it on the plane.
Yes. Okay. Well, definitely, I definitely want to get your thoughts on how the story continue. We Valencia is not in the second one, but her apprentice is the person that used
Yes.
to work for her, so she's
Yes.
in it. So I would love to get your thoughts on how your mentee has evolved.
I'm definitely gonna give you my opinion. We're gonna come back and we're gonna talk about this.
um, Before we close out, definitely want to give you a big congratulations. You won Female Poet of the Year recently
Thank
at
you.
the Independent Hustlers Awards here in Augusta, Georgia. Um, it's no words. I mean, you deserve it. You are clearly, again, I've said you planted your flag here, not just in the spoken word arena, but just in the arts in general. Um, you've created a lot of opportunities for other people. And you've poured so much into this city. Um, you deserve every good thing that comes to you. You deserve your flowers. It's just again, we as an Augustan, born and raised, I thank you for everything that you have given to this city.
Well, thank you so much. The city has given me so much, and the people have given me so much, and I just appreciate those that have opened their arms and just welcomed me. Like that's a major thing to me. You know what I mean? When you come here, when you move to a new city and you don't have any family, or you may have like one relative or two relatives, And so you have to create this whole new family. And
Mhm.
that's what I've created here. So, and I really, really appreciate everybody who's loved on me and on set, on stage, off stage, all of it. It's just been so amazing. I appreciate winning the award from IHA. That's J. Paul. So I'm grateful. I appreciate you for all that you've done for me. And not even just the work, just the friendship,
Mhm.
because it's really genuine. Because we talk about some deep stuff.
Yes.
So
Yes.
I really appreciate you. So thank you.
No problem. You're welcome. Like I say, I'm always here. Um, yeah, you already know what the deal is. So I'm probably gonna start texting after this anyway.
Right? Pretty much.
Is there anything that you want to say before we close out?
Um, Again, thank you to everybody. I do have a brand new comedy show that I'm going to be hosting called A Dozen Laughs. And it starts on Wednesday. It's the first Wednesday of every month. It's going to be down at Jam and Moments. And the show starts at 8 o'clock. So hopefully y'all can come on out and see these comedians shoot the dozens and watch your girl Sa Jules host and being funny.
Awesome, awesome. Well, thank y'all so much. Thank you, Sa Jules, for being here. We definitely appreciate you. And thank y'all for checking out another episode of VPN Chat. We'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.
Bye.